broke up months ago after a violent wedding that was filmed on camera. There was underage drinking, illegal activities, abuse, domestic violence. There was a lot going on. There was hospital trips. I left the family at that point. Done.
Welcome back, everyone. It's been quite a while since I last talked about Welcome to Plathville, but Season 7 is finally on the way, more than a year after the show was last on air. A few weeks ago, TLC released the trailer, and it looks like the Plath family has changed a lot. Barry and Kim are still in the middle of a divorce that's been ongoing for 3 years. Isaac is now over 18. Micah has split from his ex-girlfriend Veronica, and Ethan has a new girlfriend. As we've seen before, TLC has a history of working with controversial families and downplaying their issues, and this season seems no different. In the past, we've talked about some of the cover-ups surrounding this family. Recently, however, new accusations have surfaced, not just from Olivia, but from others as well. Olivia has always been a divisive figure, with many fans calling her a liar or labeling her as narcissistic. Regardless of opinions about her, another woman who became involved with the family has now left, making similar claims about mistreatment and what she witnessed behind the scenes. Over the past several months, Olivia Plath, who, by the way, is still not officially divorced from Ethan, has been speaking out about their relationship. She's accused him of being verbally aggressive and has even shared audio clips of their arguments. These clips are uncomfortable for many listeners because the arguments center around topics like gender and transgender issues. When I shared the clips on Instagram, a lot of people said that what Ethan was saying didn't seem that bad. But to me, it was how he said it. He allegedly threatened to withhold intimacy, demanded Olivia agree with his beliefs, told her he didn't want to be with someone like her, called her names like radical leftist, mocked her, and even put his finger in her face. Even more concerning, Olivia has claimed that Ethan allegedly threatened violence toward friends he believed influenced her political views. On the show, we saw a more sanitized version of this. Ethan expressing that he couldn't be with Olivia because her beliefs were too far from his and that she would need to change. This marks a big shift from when the show first started. Back then, Ethan and Olivia were united in disliking the strict way his family raised him. He often criticized his lack of education and said he didn't want that for his own children. But in recent arguments, Ethan has reportedly said he'd rather homeschool his kids than have them attend a school where they might learn that a man can be a woman. For context, I live in Minnesota, where some of these conversations allegedly took place. I can tell you that my own son, who is about to enter 6th grade, has never been taught anything like that in public school. Not once has it been brought up. This all paints a very different picture of Ethan than what we saw in the early seasons. And it's going to be interesting to see how much of this drama actually makes it into Season 7.
I don't understand why you cannot wrap your mind around the fact that I don't want to have sex with you or have not had sex with you is because that I think where you have come from as far as where we were and where you are today is so far left, so radical. Like if I had a kid with you, you would think that it could become a male.
But I do know I am not okay with being disrespected by you.
I'm not disrespecting
you. You are.
No, I'm not.
You are. You've had your finger in my face this whole conversation. That is disrespectful.
I just want to know the person I have a baby boy or baby girl with is going to raise them as such, nothing less. You have not made that clear to me.
Actually, that's not true.
What are you saying?
Don't do that to me.
If we have a baby
and
girl...
And take your finger and stop pointing it at me.
We have a baby
Get
girl...
Get your finger out of my face.
Or a baby boy.
I am not okay with your finger in my
what
face.
Will you raise
I am
it
not
as?
Okay with your finger in my face.
I'm not going to have a kid with a person, and if I ask, if it's a baby boy or a baby girl, what do you raise it as? And all she wants to talk about is, get your finger out of my face. Get your finger out of my face.
Because you know what? I won't have a deeper conversation with someone who won't respect me on a basic level.
Well, I don't have a kid with somebody that says, get your finger out of my face when I'm talking about whether it's a boy or a girl.
See, at this point, I don't really care what my kids are if their dad doesn't respect their mom.
School is primarily about academics, and that's really the extent of it. He seems to have a very distorted view of what school represents, because topics like this never came up in elementary school, and likely won't come up in middle school either. Now, a new person has decided to speak out, Veronica. She was previously in a relationship with Micah, and the two had apparently moved in together. Veronica was introduced in Season 6 of the show. I didn't watch Season 6, and likely won't be watching Season 7 either. Interestingly, Veronica reached out to me back in April. She was seeking information about Barry Plath and his friend Alan, who had previously been arrested for child sexual abuse. Veronica wanted more details about the case because she was concerned that something might have happened involving the Plath children. She mentioned that Barry and Kim had separated in 2016 due to an incident involving Alan. I had discussed Alan years ago, but I'd need to revisit my past coverage to refresh my memory. What I do recall is that Alan had indeed been arrested for CSA. Recently, Veronica has been speaking out more on Instagram and Reddit. I want to share a video of what she said on Instagram, along with a few comments she left on Reddit.
Micah.
Broke up months ago after a violent wedding that was filmed on camera. There was underage drinking, illegal activities, abuse, domestic violence. There was a lot going on. There was hospital trips. I left the family at that point. Done. Can't do it. I asked for help several times. I spoke up. Tired of it. Asked the network for help. I wanted to feel safe. It was one of my reserves about not doing the show at the beginning, is I wanted to feel safe and I wanted my privacy. Flash forward to last week. Police call me. I've had 7 police calls this year. They're a regular at both of my houses. I moved, honestly, for my safety because I was getting stalked by somebody. So let's put that into perspective too. I moved. 6 out of 7 police calls in the past year were Plath or Plathville or network related. All to do with Welcome to Plathville. So directly organized with the network. I reached out because the cops were like, hey, this is XYZ to do to protect your safety. Reached out to the network, hey, this is what the cops said. Like, can you please help me do XYZ? None of it was financial, by the way. Like, I'm not asking for money. They haven't paid me for season 7, but I don't expect them to because I'm speaking up. But I don't care. They filmed a lot of abuse they've covered up. I'm really interested to see what they do show because I lived it. I know the reality behind it. I know the abuse. I know the threats, the violence, the just barbaric behavior that was conducted. And then what was shown is completely different. They put me in danger several times. I mean, I cannot even tell you. I've like trauma blocked out a lot of what happened towards the end. But I'm currently in danger again. I tell them point blank, I'm in danger. I'm worried for my safety. They don't care. It's a 9 to 5 for them, but it's my life. They said that they, quote unquote, don't get involved in personal lives. It's reality TV. You filmed my personal life for years and we're fine exploiting it. But when I need help, not even financial help, you guys run and hide and pretend you're so busy. Not too busy to call me up and ask for me to say something again for the show. But that's besides the point. They broke me. I'm speaking up. They haven't paid me for season 7. They probably won't. I don't care at this point. It's pocket change to them. It's pocket change to me. And my voice is way more important than a few dollars from TLC, Discovery, A. Smith. I don't know. I'm just saying I'm coming clean with everything that happened and hopefully it'll spread light to other people.
For transparency, I've reached out to Veronica directly. She even liked one of my posts today, and I'm hoping to schedule an interview with her to discuss this further. From what Veronica is sharing, her perspective seems very different from Olivia's. I don't want to dismiss Olivia's experiences, but when multiple women come forward with allegations, their accounts should be taken seriously, especially considering that this is a fundamentalist group where women are not valued as much as men. Veronica also spoke about why she broke up with Micah. While she hasn't shared every detail, she provided a high-level explanation. She's still under contract with TLC, which she's technically violating by speaking out. TLC has already sent her legal threats demanding that her videos be taken down. Because of her contract, Veronica isn't supposed to disclose anything about what happens on the show. Unfortunately, it's not surprising that TLC and the production companies are doing nothing to intervene or protect people, given their history of platforming highly dangerous individuals. Veronica has been sharing explosive allegations about the Plath family, both on Sarah Fraser's podcast and on Reddit, particularly in the Welcome to Plathville Uncensored subreddit. According to her, Lydia Plath married Zach Weiss in February, but Lydia's older brothers, Ethan, Micah, and Isaac, allegedly disliked Zach because they believed he was gay. Veronica claims that the brothers even tried to set Zach on fire during one of their first meetings, calling it a hate crime. When questioned on Reddit about this, Veronica stated that the incident was never reported to the police, just as another violent fight involving Micah wasn't. She also shared that Ethan allegedly threatened her during filming, saying he would slit her throat like the pig she is. Veronica says she told him to leave her house, calling him a barbarian. She further alleged that at Lydia's wedding, Micah and Isaac got into an extremely violent fight in which Isaac severely injured Micah. So badly that Micah's nose was almost severed, leaving him disfigured and in need of plastic surgery. Since then, Micah has largely stopped posting photos of himself on Instagram. Veronica claims Isaac was intoxicated during the fight despite being underage, and the incident resulted in significant hospital bills. She broke up with Micah not long after. She has accused Ethan of being verbally abusive toward her because of her friendships with gay people, calling her a pig, and saying she was not good for Micah. According to Veronica, Kim Plath is frequently intoxicated, Mariah carries a flask, and several family members use drugs. She also alleges that Micah verbally abused her, physically endangered her, broke into her home, stole from her, and used illicit drugs. Veronica now says she has stopped speaking out publicly, but she wants people to take these issues seriously. She claims Olivia is actively trying to get the show canceled, believing that the network is covering up for a deeply hateful family.
Friend?
My name's Zach. Great to meet you.
We met 4 months ago. Finally found someone that I knew was the one.
This is Kaylin. She's my girlfriend. I got it pretty good, I think. She's a keeper. Thank you, Pookie.
Zach and I are saving our first kiss for our wedding day.
Among other firsts.
Among all the other firsts.
Yes.
I need more champagne.
If you want to be a part of this family, this is the price you pay.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I want to be part of the family.
She explained that the family never contacts the police because they believe they don't have to. Instead, they cover up the things they do to each other. According to her, the family is extremely abusive. She also shared why she spoke out against Olivia last year. At the time, the family had manipulated her into believing they were the victims of Olivia. Later, she discovered they had been lying to her about Olivia all along. Eventually, they treated her the same way they had treated Olivia. She became the second woman to leave the family and has no desire to be involved with them again. The new season is set to premiere in a couple of weeks, but I wanted to share this information now. It's highly unlikely that TLC will respond to any of these claims, but it will be interesting to see if anything comes of them. The allegations are truly horrific, and if they are true, they are deeply disturbing. Beyond the homophobia, there are serious accusations of violence, verbal abuse, constant fighting, drinking, and drug use, creating a dangerous environment for everyone involved. She also said the parents deny their children medical care, relying instead on holistic treatments. Many of the kids have never seen a doctor or a dentist, and their education is severely lacking. She claimed that Micah is nearly illiterate. Once she began speaking out, both TLC and the family allegedly threatened her with legal action to silence her, fearing these revelations would damage their investment in the show. They pressured her to delete her posts and stop exposing the truth so they could continue portraying a false image on television, hiding alleged drug use, alcohol abuse, violence, neglect, and domestic violence. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks so much for watching.